Tyler, what are we doing here? What the heck is... This thing is mint.
Oh, that's so crazy. This thing is awesome. What's up guys, Larry Chen here. Welcome to another episode of Hoonigan Autofocus. Today we're on the lake bed at King of the Hammers and I drove by this Mercedes. And I just flipped my lid. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. I saw it, I jumped out of my car and I took a quick Instagram picture and video of it. I posted it. Overnight, I kid you not, I got 30 DMs like, hey, feature that thing, track him down. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll do that. I found Bryce. Bryce is the owner slash builder. And yeah, you're a madman for building this, sir.
Thank you.
Can you tell me, what's the story behind this? Why did you want to build this Mercedes?
Well, we were going to Coos Bay just on a vacation. We have a sand reel, it's got a rotary in it, so it wasn't running right, of course. So we decided, what a better time than to find a gambler car and just build a gambler car for us to go to Oregon with. So we bought it, built it in a week. It was on huge paddle tires, took it out to Oregon, got a ton of attention. Popped the paddle tires out there, sadly, otherwise I would have brought those too.
Wait, you're telling me this had paddle tires on it?
33-inch paddle tires on the back. They were huge.
This is incredible. It just looks right. It looks so right for whatever reason. But I mean, I don't know too much. I'm not a big Mercedes guy, but do they ever do rally?
There's a few guys that I've heard of, but not many. I'm not sure if they do have a big sponsor in it or not.
Huh, I mean, like, it just looks so crazy. It really is like that Mad Max look. All right, it is, I guess, the Gambler 500 look. But these are the kind of builds that I really like seeing here on the lake bed. There's so many vehicles, as you know, like rock crawlers, sand rails, whatever, pre-runners, this, that, and the other. But honestly, the out of place things are my favorite vehicles. So, okay, so let's go through it. What have you actually done to this? You obviously cut the fenders to fit the massive wheels.
When we bought it, it had a ton of front end damage. The front end of this corner was pushed into about here. And we didn't want to replace anything, because that's not gambler fashion. So we pulled everything straight, replaced the headlight, because we had to, because it wasn't there. Built the bumper, did the roof rack, and the paddle tires before we went to Oregon. And then just before this trip, we did the wheels and lights.
I love all the little accessories. Okay, so roof rack, lights, what else?
Other than that, we just spaced out the coils to clear the tires. One night I was bored, so we did a little bit on the interior, but it's not done yet.
So like, what did you do to the interior? You just kind of did a sticker bomb?
Yeah, we were just bored.
I just like the little personal touches. So how much did you actually buy this vehicle for?
$540. Clean title too. It never got turned into insurance.
Really? All right, so tell me about the wheel and tire setup right now that you have on here.
Well, it's pretty hard to find a 5x112 lug pattern in such a deep dish. So we laser cut some plates to weld to the back of an 8-lug wheel to have the back spacing that we wanted. And then I found some Facebook special tires for 50 bucks, threw the tires on.
And all in, how much was this?
We're probably in it less than 800 bucks.
Really?
Yeah, with the cost of the car.
I mean, I think it really just goes to show it's so much about the idea and it's so much about just actually going out and building something.
You definitely don't need money to have fun.
Yeah, you're having a blast out here without a doubt. Okay, so what about the suspension? Is it stock?
It's stock, just coil spaced.
Okay.
Hopefully we have Bilstein coming on board to help us out and get some new shocks.
I just like the decals, that the choice of decals. Of course you have your Instagram handle, but like for whatever reason you have King shocks in the barrel here, and then Bilstein right here, and then some other very interesting things like student driver. I like it. This one we can't really. I guess we could show. It's the.
That's a restaurant.
Yeah. You know, we've been there before. All right, the other feature is the motor. Can we check out the motor?
Yeah, it's covered in oil now.
That's okay. You know, the thing is, it's one of those things where I just don't really know.
Gotta pull my dirt cover off.
Oh, nice. Custom.
Yeah, it's for water.
So, okay, tell us about
the air intake's like right there.
Tell us about this package here. What am I looking at?
Well, this is a 5-cylinder diesel, turbo diesel. It's a OM617. Never really planned on doing any work to it because eventually we were going to throw a 12 valve in it if it blew up. But yeah, we got it. It ran. Did an oil change on it, just a few little maintenance stuff, and then did an intake and a hood stack for fun.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's all you did?
Yep.
Otherwise it's stock?
Yep. Stock motor.
Huh. So it probably doesn't actually make any more horsepower.
We could turn the wastegate off and make 20 pounds of boost, which would probably shoot up to maybe 130 horsepower.
Really?
Not a lot.
So as it sits right now, it probably makes 100 horsepower?
Maybe. Probably not even that on 31s.
That's hilarious. It just looks right. I don't know what it is. I mean, you guys just having fun. So last year we caught a couple guys they got a couple free cars or $200 cars, and they were rallying these roads here, and they just spray painted King of the Hamsters on the side.
I didn't even see those guys.
Yeah, but they're just, you know, people having fun with their rigs that just, it's like no rhyme or reason, you know, but it's just, when can you drive however you want, you know, out in the open and just do stupid things?
Yeah.
I mean, this is public land, you know, so that's what we use it for. This is so silly. I love it. So what are your next plans for it?
Eventually, we think we're going to do a twin track beam front end with some coilovers and do a cantilever setup in the rear with a solid axle. Not quite sure yet. Maybe if we get some sponsors on board, we'll actually go full board with this thing, but if not, we'll keep it how it is or change up little things. Keep it cheap.
Yeah, well, I mean, as of right now, as it sits, it's well under $1,000.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For a build. So I just like this. I don't know. This might be the cheapest car that we've ever featured on Hoonigan Autofocus. I think. I think that's a pretty good accomplishment.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Can you start it?
Yeah.
This thing is hilarious. Oh, see, you got a Hoonigan Racing sticker on here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I absolutely love the fact that so many things are ratty on this thing except for the front grille. Like, the front grille looks pristine, and honestly I think that really kind of ties in. It really shows off that it is a Mercedes, but rest of it is like really, really interesting. That's my way of putting it. Can you rev it?
Yeah.
Look at this thing.
Incredible. So are you gonna shred for us or what?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah? Let me grab my cameras, okay?
Okay.
that's sick.
That's so sick.
Bryce, I'm rarely speechless, but it's just so silly looking. I don't even know really what to say about it, other than the fact that I just absolutely love what you've done. You've given this a second life, because essentially what this could have done, this could have actually just sat in a junkyard and it could have just rot away, right?
Definitely, yeah.
But now you've given it a second life. I'm pretty sure Mercedes didn't envision their car. What is this?
It's a 300 SD, so I think it's a S-class.
Okay, so yeah, that's even worse. So I'm pretty sure when Mercedes came up with the S-Class, what year is this one?
82.
In 1982, I'm pretty sure they didn't think this many years later it would just be shredding in the desert, getting sideways. I think it's hilarious. I love it so much. Thank you so much for letting us feature this. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the King of the Hammers.
Thank you.